Well, good morning. We are out on Pattaya Beach. It's a beautiful blue sunny day and we need it. It has been rainy for the last few days. Well, that's just the way it is. Here in Thailand, even when it rains, it's still warm out. It's not bad at all. You just got to find indoor things to do. Well, today we're outdoors and we're enjoying this beautiful walk down the beach. And I want to talk to you about one of the top questions that I get in the comment section, which is, are you lonely? Or asking about loneliness. It's not always if I'm lonely, but people are concerned that if they start a traveling lifestyle like this, that they will get lonely. I perfectly understand this. We are social creatures. So if I told you, you should go live this lifestyle and you're just gonna be solo and you're gonna be traveling by yourself with one backpack, of course, people are gonna ask themselves, man, am I gonna get lonely? That's a perfectly legitimate question. And we are gonna talk about that today. Also, I wanna take you on a tour today of eating fantastic meals from carts. The cart game in Pattaya has definitely stepped up. I've always enjoyed eating from carts because we're talking like $2, $3, $4 meals for a really nice, freshly cooked meal. But I've got some to show you today that I'm really excited about. We've got a lot to cover today, and this is by your request, asking questions about, am I lonely when I'm traveling, or would you be lonely? Excellent question. We're gonna talk about that. Let's go. We've had some rainy days, so I'm gonna take off this shirt and get some sun on my skin. Do not adjust the color on your screen. Your screen is working just fine. It's just me. Let's talk about this question that I get because it's really one of the top questions that I see about loneliness because I live a solo travel lifestyle. I think it's a perfectly legitimate question, and I actually appreciate it. When people ask me this, I say thank you because they, as a social creature just like me, they're concerned when they see somebody that's just all alone traveling this way, and they ask themselves, and they ask me, are you lonely? Are you lonely as you travel this way? The first thing that I'd like to talk about is when I was back in my home country. There were times when I lived in a condo environment, very close to other people. In fact, one wall away from all these other people. And I will tell you, I had no idea who lived there. I had no idea who lived next to me. I had no idea who lived above and below me. I didn't know anybody's name. Everybody was afraid to talk to everyone. Everybody's such like social anxiety. And I've had times when I was on an elevator in a condominium that I lived in, and people would get aggressive, like, did you make noise last night or something? Or were you doing construction work this weekend? And I'm like, no. Oh, well, I thought it was coming from your unit. And I'm like, do you even know what unit I'm in? I mean, it's just, when I look at the culture of the country that I came from and the way that most people live, I will gladly take this lifestyle over that. I didn't find that to be, some sort of communal, everybody getting along with each other lifestyle. I found it to be very adversarial. I found it to be people antisocial. And yeah, I mean, do I feel lonely now? I feel way more connected to other people now. You know what this lifestyle has given me? It's gotten me the heck out of the house. I'm not on the internet as much. I'm not on television as much. I'm not just sitting around drinking. I'm not doing that anymore. I am out all day long. And I do interact with expats. And I do interact with locals. And I get to know people's names. And I save people's numbers and names so that when I travel to that place again, I can say hello to them again. I don't feel like I'm living some kind of a lonely life. I am out talking way more than sitting in an apartment, or before I retired, sitting in a home, than I was back in the States, because that's what my life was. And you know what? I'll take this life. I really will.
I find it to be way more social and way more connected.
Relaxing and getting off the beach for a moment here. Let's get ourselves something to cool off. I'm enjoying this sun. You can grab yourself one of these coconuts, get some nice coconut milk, and they give you a little metal spoon so that you can eat the young coconut inside. This is $1.50. Oh, that's nice right there. Very healthy too. Coconut water is very good for you. It's a great way to hydrate, and it's low cost. There's quite a bit in this, by the way. You will be surprised if you've never had this. They chill them, they put them on ice. By the way, if you are thinking of this lifestyle, traveling around the world, if you need health care while you're on the road, travel health care, travel insurance, check out the first link in my description for Nomad Travel Healthcare information. Oh, yes, for sure. Let's go ahead and dig some of that young coconut. Oh, it's so good. Whew. This is fantastic, by the way. Nice, too. Just kind of sit here in the shade, have a little $1.50 snack, get hydrated, get a little sun on me today. Man, it feels good.
What about work? Because a lot of times when you retire, you lose a lot of your social connection. And you also lose a big part of your identity. And I get that. So people ask me in the comment section, now that I'm not working, do I feel disconnected from other people? Perfectly legitimate question. And I have to tell you, as the years have gone by, I worked for 35 years about, and I worked in several different jobs. I worked in about 3 different industries. And yeah, I actually made some friends at work that I'm still in contact with today. But I will tell you, from those years in the past, each of those jobs that I had, maybe one person from that whole job do I keep in touch with. And actually they are people that I enjoy keeping in touch with. But what I found a lot of at the workplace culture was people that were unhappy. I found people that were bitter, people that were probing you for what you were doing differently from them, not because they cared about you, but because they weren't sure if they should be envious or angry at you because you're doing better than them. So I was always very quiet at work. I never talked about hopes and dreams and plans at work. And that's some of the best advice you can definitely get in life. And I've taught my kids that as well. But yeah, I don't feel bad disconnecting from work. I didn't get a lot of social interaction on a positive scale at work. I got a lot of negative interaction socially from work, and also bullying and just people that were angry at the world, and they took it out on me, especially if they were a manager. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need this. This is not social for me. And so I am happy now in this phase of my life to be out of that.
It's not easy for me to walk by one of these carts and not buy a cup of this fresh corn. What they do is they put a little butter, a little salt and pepper in there, and they just stir it up for you, and it is amazing. It's hot, it's very crisp, and the kernels are huge. It's really delicious. And so for $1.50, I will pretty much stop anytime that I see one of these and just buy one. And I just snack on it as I walk along. Perfect. Delicious. These are the kind of little snacks that I enjoy as I'm just kind of wandering around Pattaya. It's part of my relaxed lifestyle and doesn't cost very much at all.
The third is with family. And man, this is a great question. What a great question about being lonely from family. I do get lonely from my family because I love them so much, and we're a very tight family. And that's just the way it is. But there's something that I learned, and it's something that I learned from nature. There is a time when you have to let your kids go, live their life. You have to tell yourself you did a great job and let them go and live their life. Let them go make mistakes. Let them go succeed. That's fine. That's all fine. But there's a time when you have to let them go. And you also need to go. Don't just sit around the nest. You know what I'm saying? Get out of that nest and fly. And that is exactly what I have done. I see my kids, family, all of them every holiday. But other than that, they're busy. And I love that. because it makes me know that I did a good job. The fact that they went out and they're enjoying their lives, they're fulfilled, they're exploring, they're studying, they're working jobs, they're interacting with other people, making friends, making mistakes. That lets me know that I did a good job during those years of parenting. And now I can also do the traveling that I'm doing now because I'm deciding to fly. I'm not going to just sit in the nest. I've decided to spread my wings and fly. Chicken Philly cheesesteak, and I'll do a beef burger.
The food carts have evolved here in Thailand. This food cart is hard for me to find. I keep looking for it and I finally cornered it. They make Philly cheesesteaks and burgers, and I've watched this guy cook. He takes such care with what he's doing. I was glad to find him.
Yum, yum, yum. That's like a little curry flavor?
Yeah, you smell?
Yeah, it smells good.
Yeah, you smell now.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's like a curry butter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that smells so good. Watch out for the cars here, everything's killed. Oh my goodness. Woo.
These are like $4 each. Are you kidding me? These are massive. Incredible. I am not going to be able to finish these all in one sitting. I will take some and just bring them up to the room for later on. I don't mind doing that. You know, when I get these big, just fantastic meals at great prices, it gives me something to snack on later when I'm editing videos and things like that. But can you imagine what care goes into these fantastic cart meals for $4? It's awesome.
I want to thank you for spending some time with me today. We got a chance to cover one of the top questions that I get from you, which is, are you lonely? Or would I be lonely if I lived this lifestyle? That is a perfectly legitimate question. I'm glad that we went over it today. If you want to know more about this lifestyle, traveling the world low cost, living out of one backpack as a nomad, enjoying travel the way that I do, like and subscribe to the video and come along with, because that's what we cover here. If you want to know more about the sandals that I'm wearing that have gotten me through years now, traveling all over the world, there's a link in the description for them. Also, the backpack that I've owned for 7 years now, going on 8 years. It's been with me all over the world. There's a link in the description for that backpack and the whole family of backpacks that it comes with. Okay, we will talk again soon. Aloha.
I was just minding my business by the Pattaya beach when he saw me. The mad dog of Pattaya Beach. Just look at him. He's a ruthless beast, this one. He's got no time for me. No time for my foolishness.